That's pretty good.
Well, over the last few years, I've kind of started to focus a little bit more on taking my friends and my family out hunting, a little more so than me traveling around the Midwest. For a lot of years, I traveled around the Midwest. I'd hunt sometimes 4, 5, 6 states in the spring, be gone for 2 months at a time, and I just can't afford to do that anymore. I got responsibilities with my kids and my family, but I can spend an awful lot of time hunting here in Iowa. Well, the season started out awesome. We were able to get Natalie out. She killed her first ever turkey. It was an amazing experience for her and probably more amazing experience for me. To be able to get her out in the woods and have her love something that I love so dearly was really fun. She had a blast doing it, and she was fired up for deer season.
So 3-year-olds have beards?
Yeah. And remember the one that we saw that was walking the fence line before we set up? He had a little stubby beard. He had a little stubby beard. He was only 1. So after Natalie had a successful season, next up was Carrie, and we're gonna try to get her second ever turkey. Her first turkey, we had a blast, and we actually got engaged after that hunt. So we were set up on this hayfield, and we'd worked these birds a couple of times before and not had any success. They had hung up inside the wood line and hadn't come out into the field. It got to be about 8 o'clock, and finally a bird fired up, and he was right behind the blind, and I knew, man, he seems like he's coming. He's probably gonna come out in front, and sure enough, he come around the blind and come out in full strut, headed right for the decoy. I thought, oh, this is it. He's gonna get a real easy shot here, be no problem. And it doesn't happen very often, but that bird saw something, and he shot his head up. He got about 5 yards from that decoy. He saw something, shot his head up. She pulled the gun out of the field pod, and she turned and had to actually come in one window of the blind and get back out the other window of the blind. And by the time she took the shot, she was about behind him, about 3 feet. Clean miss, the bird took off flying, and she was pretty bummed. Natalie was with us too. Natalie was also equally as bummed, but we still had a blast. And you know, we were on to the next hunt and hopeful that we could fill that tag. And unfortunately, we weren't able to fill a tag for Carrie, but she still had fun getting an opportunity to get out in the turkey woods. And so this year, I made it a point that I wanted to really get my grandfather out. So I took my grandfather out, and he's 85 years old, and he had never been turkey hunting before, but he played a huge role in my life in getting me involved in turkey hunting. He took me fishing. He never took me turkey hunting, but he took me pheasant hunting, which ultimately led to me having a huge passion for hunting, and you know, that led me to hunt deer and turkey in the future. But you know, it was one of those things where I really wanted to get him the opportunity, and we've been talking about it for years. And so we finally got an opportunity to go turkey hunting. He came down, and we hunted, I think, 3 days, but we weren't able to actually connect on a bird. So, but he had a blast doing it. He really just had a fun time being able to hang out with me. We had Ian running the camera, and he just had a blast getting out. We had Carrie and Natalie with us to help set up the blind, and we just had a lot of fun getting out in the outdoors. Well, we didn't get one shot, but you had a good time.
Oh, God, yes. Heard lots of them, and seen quite a few this morning.
Yeah, they just didn't want to quite cooperate, but that's turkey hunting.
Oh, well, that one hen come right up.
Yeah, we had some hens that got close and had a few toms that were working, but they just didn't want to close the distance and kind of hung out and strutted for the hens. And first ever turkey hunter at age what?
84.
84.
And a half. I'll put that in for Natalie.
There you go. There you go. Natalie likes to count her half years.
Yeah.
So after a long season and getting a lot of people in the turkey woods, I still was sitting there with a tag on the very last day of Iowa's turkey season. And I was just looking to fill the tag. We set up on a field that I knew we always seem to have birds there. We always work birds there. And we had a couple of gobblers fly down the field. One took off with a group of hens, and the other one was getting chased around by a group of jakes. And that Tom actually came in and he circled around behind us. And if we'd have made a move when he first started that direction, I probably could have killed him because we had him at about 35 yards. But this whole group of jakes comes in, and I had a choice to whether I was going to fill my tag or eat tag soup. And I decided to fill my tag. It was the last day of the year, and I'm not ashamed to shoot a jake.
There's all the jakes. Come on, one in there. Man, it has been absolutely the longest season of my life. Holy.
Well, after that successful hunt, it brought one of my more memorable seasons to a close. Probably the most memorable hunt was Natalie getting to kill her first ever turkey, and getting to hunt with my grandfather was something that I just wanted to make sure that I got to do one last time. I hope to get him back in the turkey woods soon, but it was an amazing season, and I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out.